It's my fight prediction for Vergil Ortiz versus Serhii Bohachuk. It's gonna be a very good fight. Possibly could be one of the top fights this year. Bohachuk is a guy who's coming off a big victory over Brian Mendoza. He has an interim belt right now for WBC and for the super welterweight. And it's gonna be a good fight, man. Vergil Ortiz is coming in. It's gonna be one of the toughest fights he's had. Probably the toughest fight he's had in his career. Bohachuk only has one loss. And this is a guy who's battle tested. And I definitely feel like these guys, their arsenal is they have all the tools they need. They both jab very well. I feel like Bohachuk, he's more of a guy who's taller stature. So he punches down a lot more. His jab is more so straight out. It kind of goes down some, so it kind of has an angle at times. He throws the jab and the left hook. He'll throw a jab and a left hook from the same arm. He won't really go with the right hand unless he feels like he has you in a position where you're close to the ropes or you're just flat-footed in the center of the ring. He'll let that right hand go. Has a lot of power in it. Does a lot of damage. His footwork is very good. He cuts off the ring very well. He doesn't really time his punches. He's kind of off rhythm, so you can't really time when he's gonna throw certain punches. I mean, if you can kind of combat that and counter, he's the guy you would have to counter. So if a guy like Vergil Ortiz can kind of bring out that other side of him to where he can counter a lot of the different things, I would definitely say Vergil Ortiz will have an advantage. Now, Vergil Ortiz can jab as well, and he has a high guard just like Bohachuk does. They're very comfortable with that high guard. They tend to walk mostly forward. They're not really lateral like that. They're really straightforward fighters. They walk forward a lot. I've seen Vergil Ortiz not more so off the back foot, but he can go backwards in box somewhat. It's not exceptional. He'll move. He can move left to right. I would say he moves left to right a little bit more than what Bohachuk does. Bohachuk is more of a straightforward guy, offensive. Vergil Ortiz is not a defensive guy, but at the same time, he will put in the effort to move around. He keeps his head off the line. He changes level somewhat, so he'll be an advantage as far as his defense. Bohachuk, he'll be there to be hit. So I definitely feel like if Vergil Ortiz can set some things up, break them down, go to the body, I think his most important punch will be his jab. If he can put that jab on Bohachuk, it will neutralize everything that Bohachuk's trying to do, especially to the body up top. Now, if he comes out throwing a lot of hooks and relying on power punches and hooks, that'll be a bad combination for Vergil Ortiz just because, Bohachuk's a guy with the background of expertise and being offensive on the front foot. Even though Vergil Ortiz is as well, you just don't want a guy with a background like Bohachuk and the way he approaches big fights. The moment's not going to be too big for him ever, so you just don't want to give a guy like that an advantage of being open or playing it to his favor. With a guy like Bohachuk, I would definitely try to strategize a little bit better. I don't want to see Vergil Ortiz be too aggressive, like the fight he had with Mean Machine. But in this fight, I definitely feel like he can take the same approach. But you just got to stick with that jab. Stick with that jab. Keep changing your levels. Keep your head off the line. Don't smother your punches, because I know Bohachuk's going to try to make sure that he smothers his punches, because he's going to want him to be close up, and he's not going to chase him around, but he will cut that ring off very well. And this is going to be a toe-to-toe fight. It's not the same styles, but it could turn into something that was similar to what a Fandor or Tim Tszю's doing, because those guys aren't really guys who go back either. So it could be stylistically, it could be a fight like that, knowing that these guys jab, and one of these guys is going to start trying to throw hooks. because jabbing back and forth, I don't know, man. Vergil Ortiz needs to jab up more in this fight, but Bohachuk has he's gonna have a reach advantage, and also I think Vergil Ortiz will have more power in this fight. Even though Bohachuk faced the guy against Brian Mendoza, who I might say, I don't want to be disrespectful, but Mendoza has a lot of power. So if he can handle that power from Mendoza, I don't feel like he's going to be in fear, but he is able to get caught. I feel like Vergil Ortiz will be able to set some things up. He has to go to the body a lot, though, take those legs away. Can't have a guy like that walking up on you, so jab to the body probably going to be the most important punch for him. If he can take those legs away, go up top, later rounds, break them down, then go punch for punch later on, and just start to work the hook with the right hand, overhand right, straights, I think he'll be good. I would like to see the uppercut. Vergil Ortiz throw some nasty uppercuts. If he can work that uppercut in there with a guy who's walking in, and Bohachuk tends to hang over that front foot, so if he can do that, that would be an excellent combination for him to set up some things and possibly get a knockout. But this is going to be such a tough fight. I'm glad these guys are taking the challenge they are taking. This is what makes boxing the way it is, guys like Bohachuk and Vergil Ortiz. If we don't have fights like this, we're not going to have boxing around long. So this is the type of fights I like to celebrate. And it also gives these young guys encouragement to let them know that you can be in a situation like Bohachuk, get dropped, bounce back, and be able to be in an intern fight after defeating a tough opponent in Brian Mendoza. So either way, or you can be a guy like Vergil Ortiz. I like what he's doing right now, jumping back into action after taking some years off, and basically getting everything right. It's an excellent position he's in right now, and with him taking the challenges he is taking, it also shows that the guys who've been active, they're not really having the mindset of to go and get everything. You got to take the title away from the champion or the title holder, and really he's going to be aggressive and he's going to take the title away. He's not waiting around and trying to make sure that he can find a spot or I deserve this. So I definitely feel I like the mindset of Vergil Ortiz right now and Bohachuk. This is a very hard fight to pick for me. I would say a draw, but just with the mindset I know Vergil Ortiz is going to have, I would possibly say a decision. I'll go a decision with Vergil Ortiz. He just needs to be aggressive in this fight, but patient as well. And I feel like it's going to be an excellent fight. But that's all I got. Like and subscribe.